Hello, dear professor. My name is Edwin Espinosa. I am a student of the UTPL in the Social Sciences, Education, and Humanities faculty. Here is my ID card, as you request. Okay, so now I am going to share with you my work about the CLIL predecessors. Okay, as you know, we have four main CLIL predecessors that are immersion programs, shelter courses, adjunct courses, and teams-based models. Okay, I am going to start with the first one, the immersion programs. The immersion programs were originating in Canada in the early 1960s. So, as you know, Canada has a strong a mix of French and English influence. So, this start with this response for the French-English bilingual education. This was implemented in Quebec, and later, of course, this has been implemented around the world, okay? The methods in immersion programs, the target language is used as the medium of instruction, so the students receive classes in the target language that they want to acquire. The immersion in an environment where the target language is spoken. So what it means that the students are involved in the environment that the country or the place that they want to learn the language. Okay. The curriculum design for scaffolding and support was very important in these programs. Okay. About the immersion programs, the impact, some researches has shown positive impact on language acquisitions. So this means that the students has developed the language, the proficiency of language with this program. Okay, higher levels of oral proficiency and fluency was demonstrated for the students. Okay, so this means that the skills of the speaking are very important in this program. Okay, this approach also enhances the cultural understanding and communication. This means that the students has mixing some experiences with the culture that they are going to be involved. Demonstrated potential benefits of interacting content and language, develop language skills. This is very important in this program. The language, the speaking, the encounters face-to-face are very important. And this, of course, develop and foster the bilingualism. The CLIL takes immersion a step further with explicit content integration. Okay, so all this means that the students are going to be in an environment full of these experiences with the teachers and partners that speak the language that they want to acquire. Okay, about the shelter courses, the shelter courses, also known as content-based instruction, or shelter content instruction. What is the main idea of this? The student has in one side the shelter instruction and the another side the English language development. As I include in my graphic here, you can see mixing these two contents, they can approach, they can achieve the academic language that they want to acquire. This helps to the ELLS, that are the English language learners, to access to the academic content and also to develop the language proficiency. As you can see, the language proficiency in these two approaches is very important. Okay. About the benefits facilitate the language acquisition, foster language skills. As you can see too, the speaking skill is very important. Through collaborative activities, face-to-face activities, cooperation works. And for example, discussion forums are very common in this kind of courses, okay? To enhance academic achievement by promoting content mastery, okay? Okay, the limitations, I have found two limitations. One is the potential oversimplification of content. This means that In these kind of courses, they try to simplify the contents, and in some cases, this can avoid some important topics, like in grammar or, for example, in rules that the students in another kind of courses are going to develop normally, okay? Limited exposure to mainstream curriculum and native English speakers, okay? About the adjunct courses, okay? This is a supplement subject-based instruction with language learning components, okay? So it's like a subject-based course, but these have the influence of the language learning, okay? What means this? That the students interactive a lot with collaborative activities, of course, in the language that they want to acquire. The contributions to language and content learning, they develop, when I say they, I am talking about the students, they develop academic language skills, practical relevance of language in content classes, and foster interdisciplinary connections and critical thinking. The interdisciplinary connections is very important when you are trying to teach a language, because the students learn a lot when they are integrating different subjects, for example, math, sciences, or I don't know, chemical, for example. They learn this special and this vocabulary that is especially developed for the subjects, and these develop a lot of the vocabulary and the knowledge of the students in general. Okay, about the theme-based models, is a content-based instruction integrating language and content learning. Is very similar to the last one, so they have a lot of contents of some topics in general, and they apply this to learn a new language, okay? They focus on communicative competence and meaningful topics. This, of course, is a predecessor of CLIL, and this is aligned with the CLIL principles and goals. This means that this is one of the principle of the main predecessors of CLIL, okay? The connection between language and learning and subject matter, okay? The benefits, conceptually rich environment for language acquisition. So this means that they have a lot of context in a lot of topics and subjects that they are going to develop, but in the language, of course, that they want to learn. The encouragement of learner autonomy and engagement. Okay, what means this? When a student acquire a high level, they don't need all the time to be with a teacher. So they start to learn by themselves, and they achieve this autonomy. And of course, this is very, very good for the learning of a student. The challenges, one of the main challenges of all these antecessors or predecessors of CLIL is that we need the teachers that have a very, very specific and very mastery knowledge of the subjects that they are going to teach. The time-consuming and resource-intensive material selection and effective integration of language and content instruction, okay? So the teachers, as I mentioned, they have to be experts in the subject that they are going to teach. And this sometimes results very difficult because there are not much persons that can do this, okay? Okay, finally, I'm going to talk about CLIL. CLIL is an educational approach that combining subject and content language learning, okay? So what this means, it means that the students are going to be involved in an environment with a lot of topics, a lot of subjects that they have to learn. This is very popular in English as a foreign language instructions worldwide. Actually, a lot of institutions provide this kind of approaches, this kind of courses to the students. And the results are very good with the students that are immersed in this kind of programs. The presentation explores benefits and challenges of implementing CLIL in EFL context, okay? So, as I mentioned, EFL is going to be teach with at the same time that the students are learning, for example, math or language, for example, sciences. This is very beneficial for them, okay? Some of the benefits of CLIL in EFL, for example, the CLIL enables the language proficiency. They have meaningful opportunities to practice the target language. They acquire context-specific vocabulary and language structures. They are all the time having this kind of discussions, this kind of face-to-face activities with the teachers and also with their classmates. And of course, these develop a lot of their skills, okay? This fosters language fluency as a student, because I have been a student some years. It's very important to have this kind of participations in the face-to-face and real time. This, of course, increment your fluency and your speaking skills, okay? This promotes higher order thinking skills and cognitive development, engaging in content-based activities. For example, they are going to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information. They, of course, students in this kind of programs try to develop the 4 skills: writing, speaking, listening, and reading, okay? They develop critical thinking, problem solving, and metacognitive strategies, supports intercultural competence and global awareness, okay? In CLIL, students explore content for different cultures and perspectives. This is very important to know about the different point of views that the people has around the world, in different language, in different environments, okay? They develop understanding and appreciation of diverse worldviews, as I mentioned, and foster tolerance, empathy, and intercultural communication skills, okay? As I mentioned before, one of the limitations that these programs have is that we need teachers that has a very good proficiency in the target language, and at the same time they have to be very expertise in the subjects that they are going to teach. The understandings of subject-specific concepts and pedagogy. So the teachers, of course, they have to have skills of pedagogy and expertise in the language, okay? Professional development opportunities and support for successful implementation, okay? That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. See you the next time. Thank you, Professor.